Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm WindFX. So this is the part 2 of understanding complex synthetic structure. So understanding complex synthetic structure 102. So in this video, we'll be looking at structure generally, inducement and engineered liquidity, which I call immediate sweep. So it won't be long. I hope so. So let's just look at this. Sorry about that. Just look at the drawing here. So say we have a bearish movement, a bearish direction, and then we have price do this, right? It's a bearish movement. It's a bearish direction that the market is heading to. Now, for an inducement to be created, there has to be a break of structure, right? The break of structure. And then what creates that break of structure is called the origin or a key level or a point of interest. But I'll stick with the origin. So this is a break of structure here that happened. Then you have the origin here that created that break of structure. So we're expecting that price will come back into that origin and start selling from there. But price cannot start selling until there is something called inducement or an engineered liquidity. Now, an inducement is the first valid pullback that a market makes before or after a break of structure. For instance, you have this here, basically in an internal structure. Let me put it that way. Let me explain what I mean. So if you have something like this, yeah, yeah, I mean, so you have market come back to, and then this. Now, this is the main breakup structure here, and this is the origin that created the main breakup structure. Now, this is what you call inducement, the first pullback that the market makes before the major breakup structure and after the internal breakup structure. Are we getting? So it's as simple as that. Why for the engineered liquidity or the sweep, immediate sweep as I call it, you can have structure. Sorry, you can have a structure this way. I'll also do the bullish movement type. So just be patient with me. So you can still have the inducement together with the breakup structure. So you have the engineered most times sweeps the inducement. Sweep means it will just take it out, then move a little bit or much sometimes, right? Move, tap on the origin, and then we have this there. So market moves from the origin. We have the inducement here. We have the inducement here, right? Just use that. And then we have the sweep here. So why I call it the sweep is price will sweep the engineer liquidity. Look at how it swept it into the origin and then start coming back. That's what it does. Okay. So that's why I call it an immediate sweep. immediate sweep before it starts dropping. So let's draw for the uptrend. So we have a bullish movement like this. So B, yeah, and then the inducement, break of structure, market comes back to the origin and then buys. This is the first scenario, buy. And then for the engineered, we have, please let's stick with immediate sweep because I'll be using that word more often in my video. Don't want it to get the wrong. So you have an immediate sweep here, right? Market taps into the origin. Sometimes you can take out the origin, you can sweep it, form a wick, and then start going back. Depends on the pair you are trading. So these are the two scenarios. Now let's dive right into the chart. I've marked most of them already, so let's start with this. You can see this right here. In the next video, talking about order block. So order blocks are what are found in the origin, basically. So we have this break of structure here. This is the major break of structure. Abi now. The inducement is before the main break of structure. Abi from here. Abi now. Yep. That's what we have there. Yeah. The inducement is before the main break of structure, but after the internal break of structure. So you can see the internal break there. Where's my just this break on the lower time frame? If you go there now, after this break, you see how price pulled back. So this first pullback kind of forms a wick. In a lower time frame, it may not form any wick, but the first pullback that market makes is the inducement. So you see that after market makes the break of structure, it will create its own inducement liquidity here. This is sweep I was talking about. So sorry about that. So this is the immediate sweep right here. Can you see now? That's the immediate sweep into the origin. See that? And then start dropping. If you watch my video on picking point of interest, I explain how to pick this kind of order block there. Right, so you can watch the video on picking point of interest. Now, this is another one right here. So this is a break of structure here. A break of structure, tiny break. The inducement is right here. And the market picks from the origin. Which is this, and then start selling. So market peaks into the origin and then sells to the whatever. So let's see another one. It's as simple as this for you. Okay, let's look at this typical order block. This one doesn't have inducement. So if another block doesn't have inducement, it should have a break of structure. Right? So this is the break of structure, and it should have the immediate sweep. If it doesn't have the immediate sweep, I'm sorry, you can't take that trade. So I think an immediate sweep happened here. So let's see if it was an immediate sweep. Let's just make it go up a little bit. So I think that was it. Can you see that? as an immediate sweep into our origin. Okay, so you may have to zoom in sometimes to see it. Zoomed, it's entered into our origin, right? And then so this would have been the best sniper entry to ever, to enter in a trade. Best sniper entry. We had entered at this point here. Little or no drawdown. Little or no, okay. Yes, above here. Right, so this is another one here. Our inducement is right here. Inducement is right here. Okay. So we had a sweep, immediate sweep. This is our immediate sweep here. This is our immediate sweep here. And then price tag into the origin and started selling from there. Price tag into the origin and started selling from there. Let's look at another one. So okay. Okay, look at this other block for instance. So for this, we have our inducement here. I have to practice this. Back tests, and then just make sure price goes back to your origin, the origin of the breakout structure. Okay. Yep. And then the sweep happened here. Consider it swept price into the origin and then started dropping. So where it dropped to the low there. See if there's any other one. Okay, let's see if we have for a buy. Let's see if we have for a buy. Okay, this is one here. So this is our inducement. Okay, and the origin. You can see the sweep there, immediate sweep. Okay, so what else here? This one doesn't have any inducement or immediate sweep, so I would not want to take something like that. And this breakup structure, it has an inducement, but market did not come back into it. Market did not come back into it. That would have been the other block on 4 hours. 4 hours. Okay. So, okay, I think I see a beautiful one here. This is the demand here. Demand. And price swept into it. Might created confirmation entry. Created a confirmation entry there. Let's see if I can get more buys. But that's the way it works, yeah. That's the way it works. Okay, no buys here. You can check other pairs too. And just back test. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.